Unit 9. Psychology and Sports. After completing the unit, students will be able to identify the role of psychology in physical education and sports, differentiate characteristics of growth and development at different stages, explain the issues related to adolescent behavior and team cohesion in sports, and correlate the psychological concepts with the sports and athlete-specific situations. Psychology is a science which studies the human mind based on its behavior. It is made up of two Greek words, psyche and logos. Initially, it was considered the science of heart-mind, but this was rejected with the passage of time. It is now known as the science of behavior. According to Wordsworth, first of all, psychology lost its soul, then it lost its will. Later on, it gave up consciousness. Now, it adopts behavior of human body. Meaning and definition of psychology. The word psychology is made up of two Greek words, psyche and logos. Psyche means soul and logos means science. So, psychology is the science of soul. The following definitions will help to understand the meaning of psychology much better. According to Pillsbury, psychology is the science of human behavior. According to MacDougall, psychology is the study of human behavior, its causes, and its stages. According to Wordsworth, psychology is the pure knowledge of behavior. According to Crookes and Sten, psychology is the scientific study of the behavior and tasks of humans. So, in simple words, we can say that psychology is that science which is related to the investigation of behavior. Sports psychology. Sports psychology is a subpart of psychology that aims to understand the player's behavior and change it according to the situation to improve performance. It is related to sports biomechanics and sports psychology, which play a vital role in improving players' performance. Definitions of sports psychology. According to K.M. Burns, sports psychology for physical education is the branch of psychology which deals with the physical fitness of an individual through his participation in games and sports. According to Singer, sports psychology is the search of human behavior in sports. According to Brown and McConney, sports psychology is the study of the application of psychological facts and principles to learning performance and associated human behavior whole field of sports. In other words, sports psychology is the scientific study of persons and his/her behavior in sports contexts and the practical application of that knowledge. From the above definitions, it becomes simply clear that sports psychology is the study of players' behavior and their different psychological aspects in the field of sports. Importance of psychology in physical education and sports. Sports psychology and biomechanics have reached a significant level in the field of sports, but the possibility of further development depends on psychological aspects such as personality traits, sports intelligence, motivation, growth and development, inclination, emotions, interest, attitude, motor skill learning, and individual differences. The following points illustrate the importance of sports psychology. 1. Increase in physical activities efficiency. Sports psychology enhances physical capacity through motivation. 2. Learning speed or motor skills. Sports psychology plays an important role in motor skill learning, helping to develop physiological and psychological readiness. 3. To understand behavior. Sports psychology helps coaches understand and modify behavior in competitive sports. 4. Helpful to control emotions or sentiments. Sports psychology helps to control emotions during practice and competition, which can lead to decreased performance. 5. To helps the players psychologically in preparation for competitions. Sports psychology helps athletes prepare for competitions and create the will to win. 6. Role in sentimental problems of players. Sports psychology is essential for managing stress, tension, and anxiety during practice and competitions. 7. Improve skills. Sports psychology enhances the performance of players. 8. Helps in improving demonstration. Pre-performance routines help athletes develop consistency and predictability, allowing them to develop better motor control. 9. Keeps mental hazards away. Sports psychology helps manage stress and turn it into success. 10. To increase the mental efficiency. Sports psychology helps athletes prepare mentally and emotionally for competition. 11. To help the learning new techniques and style. Psychological training should be part of an athlete's holistic training process, with a collaborative effort between the coach, sports psychologist, and athlete. 12. Helps in making training plans. Sports psychology helps athletes prepare for competitions and create the will to win. Development characteristics at different stages of development. Growth and development are synonymous, but they are different. Growth is the expansion of bodily organs, while development is the process of growing larger towards maturity. Growth is related to changes in man's size, weight and height, while development involves changes in physical, mental, social, emotional, and motor skills. Growth takes place up to a definite age, while development keeps on going throughout one's life. Factors such as genetics, environment, living, nutrition, disease, and gender differentiate the growth and development of children. The different stages of growth and development can be classified as follows along with their characteristics. 1. Infancy, birth to 5 years. The time from the birth of a child to its 5 years of age is called infancy, which has some physical, mental, and practical characteristics. These are as follows. Physical characteristic of infancy. 1. At the time of birth, a healthy child's weight is 2.53 kg. 2. The neck's muscles develop less. 3. The child's development is visible because of the development of bones, nerves, and muscles. 4. The ratio of different organs of the body is quite strange. 5. The child's muscles are soft and less developed. By the age of 2, her muscles become more developed very quickly. 6. During this stage both boys and girls develop similarly. 7. By the age of 3, a child's activities become noticeable. 8. Between the ages of 3 and 5, development ratio becomes a bit slow. By then, the ratio between a child's weight and length becomes clear. 9. The child starts to use its physical organs and sensory organs in a balanced way and learns the activities related to motor skills such as walking, running, jumping, catching, throwing, etc. Mental characteristics of infancy. 1. A child's emotions are unpredictable and can change quickly, such as weeping one moment and laughing the next. 2. The child's emotions get reflected on its face. For example, a weeping child attracts its mother's attention. 3. The emotional development of a child is based on its mother's love towards it. 4. Child's receptivity increases quickly, leading to increased memory and thinking power. 5. Child begins to understand the language and tries to speak accordingly. 6. Child's curiosity increases, satisfied with elders' answers. 7. The emotional development of a child depends on various experiences rather than happiness and sorrow. 8. Child's behavior depends on imagination and imagination. 9. Child tries to do whatever they want from the age of 5, focusing on one thing for a long time. Motor functional characteristics of infancy. 1. At the ages of 2 to 3 years, the child loves to play a lot most of the time. 2. A child begins to take meals himself and has control over the activities related to its motions. 3. A child does the activities which it loves. He leaves the activities which he does not love to do. 4. A child begins to comb its hair himself and also learn to brush his teeth himself. 5. A 5-year child begins to button and unbutton its shirt itself. 6. As muscles become developed for functioning, a child does various activities such as writing, reading, catching, etc. 7. In this age, a child learns skills mostly by imitation. 2. Childhood. Childhood starts at the age of 6 and lasts till end of 12 years. It can be divided into 2 parts. A. Early childhood, 6 to 9 years. Physical characteristic of early childhood. 1. Body grows continuously but slowly progress in this period. Bones are soft and can be damaged easily. It is necessary to take care of right pose in this age because after the whole development of bones, it is hard to correct any damage. 2. Physical activities gain weight. 3. Pulse rate is higher than adults, but blood pressure is low. 4. Heart size is smaller in comparison to body size. 5. Strength does not develop completely. 6. Endurance is low. Coordinative abilities are lesser in physical activities. 7. Muscles develop less, so there is no perfection in skills. 8. Bones are softer in this age, so there is chance of fracture. Mental characteristics of early childhood. 1. Children like to participate in physical activities and exercises. 2. Copying is the main specification of this age. 3. Children do not want to take part in team events but like to play alone. 4. Children's interest is more in large muscle activities like running, catching, throwing, and jumping, etc. 5. Children become more curious and insist. 6. There is no gender difference of participating in physical activities as they have same performance in different events or activities. 7. The children take more interest in rhythmic activities like dancing, chasing, seeking, and formal activities. 8. Children take decision by watching colors of different things. Sports activities for development of early childhood. In this age group, the physical activities should not be too tiring and tough because body develops slowly. Rhythmic activities should be increased because these activities develop coordination, balance, and stability. The motor skills should be done at this age. Dances can also be performed to increase the coordination and balance. Simple skill sports should also be organized for these age group children. B. Later childhood, 10 to 12 years. Physical characteristic of later childhood. Body build affects both the height and weight of a child in late childhood. The bones harden, the height and weight increase at this stage, and there is improvement in a child motor development, skill and endurance. Children become conscious about his self-respect. There is a gradual increase in the body and mind coordination, start doing some skills by his own. Activities of the child develop an increase in skills and endurance. The child become anxious that it is necessary to keep him busy in some activity. Mental characteristics of later childhood. The child is in a position to exercise his or her power of memory, attention, thinking and imagination and can solve problems intelligently. IQ at this stage developed considerably, and by the end of this stage it becomes stable. The child acquires mental readiness to learn at this stage. He can pay attention to and develop interest in reading, writing, and arithmetical activities. He shows awareness and sense of subordination to the school rules, laws, and discipline. He tries to learn new knowledge and experience through imitation. Motor functional characteristics of later childhood. 1. In this stage, the child is mostly active. It can be seen as playing in school, park, or at home. 2. The child learns to coordinate its different activities. 3. In later childhood, both types of muscles, big and small, develop very quickly. 4. The small muscles get developed in girls more quickly than in boys. That is why girls tend to learn the art of stitching, drawing, etc. quickly. On the other hand, due to power in their muscles, boys tend to play football, make a high jump, run, skip, etc. 5. Between the ages of 6 to 11, a child's handwriting gets improved slowly but steadily. It can write better and faster. Sports activities for development of later childhood. At this stage, the child likes to play competitive sports and wants to play in teams. So the games and sports become more important in his sports activities. It is also important that the child should not be left behind to others in strength, coordinative abilities, and skills, otherwise the social and emotional stress will be born in him. At this stage, the children should be provided with the facilities of running, jumping, badminton, table tennis, and gymnastics. These activities are for motor development of the child. 3. Adolescence, 13 to 18 years. Adolescence is a stage of complex changes. It starts after childhood and lasts till adulthood. It is from 13 years to 19 years. It is also called teenage. During this stage, young stress develops quickly. This stage too has some physical characteristics, mental characteristics, and emotional characteristics, which are as follow. 1. Physical characteristics. 2. Mental characteristics. 3. Emotional characteristics. 4. Social characteristics. And 5. Motor characteristics. Definitions of adolescence. According to Jersild, adolescent is that stage in which the child moves towards the maturity. According to Stanley Hall, adolescent is the stage of great stress and tension, storm and pressure. According to Ross, the adolescent lives intensely emotional life, in which we can see once more the rhythm of positive and negative phases of behavior in his constant alternation between intense excitement and deep depression. Physical characteristic of adolescence. In this stage, physical changes take place very quickly. A child's height and weight increase quickly. Girls' height increase between 11 to 13 years, whereas boys' height between 14 to 18 years. That is why the girls aged between 13 to 14 years look older than the boys of the similar age. Both girls and boys experience sexual changes. In absence of the knowledge of these changes, youngsters begin to get tensed, depressed, worried, and anxious. Mental characteristics of adolescence. All youngsters develop mental and physical characteristics at the same time. But the rate of development is different from youngster to youngster. In this stage, youngsters take interest in exciting activities such as imaginary stories, exciting novels. At this stage, self-confidence increases. In youngsters, the respect towards their role model increases. Youngsters learn to take decisions on their own. Youngsters get attached with their peer group and try to give more and more time. In this stage, youngsters take decisions regarding their education and profession. Emotional characteristics of adolescence. In this stage, youngsters become angry when others say even little things which do not suit them. They become self-centered. On one hand, they tend to be in their group. On the other hand, they want to have their say in each and every matter of the group. Youngsters are very curious. They want to gain the knowledge of everything. In this stage, when a youngster gets a piece of work of his choice, he does it with dedication. He becomes very emotional and serious in love. Youngsters' psychology keeps on changing very quickly. Social characteristics of adolescence. Youngsters always oppose the criticizing behavior of the family and society. In this stage, youngsters depend more on their friends than on their family. Sometimes youngsters fall prey to addiction in the company of some bad friends. During this stage, youngsters take part in different social activities such as picnic, drama, music competition, etc. Motor characteristics of adolescence. As compared to girls, boys have much better development related to their motor skills. So, their participation in games and sports remains limited. During adolescence, boys as compared to girls develop power more quickly. In different competitions, boys perform much better than girls, especially in the sports which require power and energy. Sports activities for development of adolescent. It's recommended that teens get at least 1 hour of physical activity on most, preferably all, days of the week. Many teens drop out of organized sports, and participation in daily physical education classes is a thing of the past. But given the opportunity and interest, teens can get health benefits from almost any activity they enjoy: skateboarding, inline skating, yoga, swimming, dancing, or kicking a football. Weight training, under supervision of a qualified adult, can improve strength and help prevent sports injuries. 5. Adulthood, after 18 years. It is the state of mental and physical matureness of a person. This stage basically starts after the age of 18 years, i.e., 19 years. Some of the characteristics of this age are as follow. Physical characteristic of adulthood. 1. A person may continue to add a bit of height and weight. 2. Hormonal changes also continue to occur, but the effects are less pronounced than they were during adolescence. 3. Muscles have the peak of coordination. 4. Endurance develops the most. Mental characteristics of adulthood. 1. Interest in team games increases, but it is limited to several games. 2. The hunger of excellence in the selected activities increases. 3. If the adults do not motivate to take part in games and sports, then there are chances that they leave games and sport. Physical activities for development of adulthood. A person should strive to achieve excellence in games and sports, including team and individual games, leisure time physical activity, transportation, occupational activities, household chores, play, games, sports or planned exercise, and yoga and exercise continuously. Adolescent problems and their management. The word adolescence is derived from the Latin word adolescere, which means to grow into maturity. Adolescence is the age of storm and stress, associated with many physiological and mental changes and emotional upheaval. It is the age when the development of sex organs reaches their mature size and secondary sex characteristics are observed. Development of new interests, peer pressure, peer group, values, beliefs, social behavior and ambitions can create mental tension and stress. This complexity can lead to dropout from the schools, discarding social norms, running away from home, drug addiction, suicidal tendency and other social crimes. Adolescence is also a period of emotional instability due to lack of farsightedness and pleasure-seeking attitude. Due to some changes in this stage, children face a lot of problems. This is the subtlest period of a child's life. Some of these problems have been explained as under. 1. Physical problem. Adolescence is marked by physical changes, such as menstruation and nightfall, which can lead to stress and tension. 2. Behavior problems. Adolescence is a time for developing independence, but parents and doctors must distinguish between errors of judgment and misbehavior. 3. Lacks of stability and adjustment. Adolescents have difficulty adjusting to other people, their family, and their environment. They feel under pressure from their parents and want to have a free atmosphere at home. 4. Feeling of importance. Parents fail to understand the feelings of adolescents, leading to a sense of unimportantness and a lack of respect. 5. Problem of selection of career. Adolescents need self-support to make their own place in society and live a fruitful life. They face career selection, dependence, and independence. 6. Problems related to sex. Sex is essential for adolescents, irrigating and fertilizing life's territory. 7. Mental problems. Stress, tension, and strife can lead to mental problems, such as difficulty in cooperating with others, maladjustment, and anxiety. 8. Emotional problems. Adolescents experience a range of emotions, from excitement to depression, which can lead to difficult tasks and emotional distress. 9. Problem of depression. Depression in teens is a serious medical problem that can lead to emotional, functional, and physical problems. 10. Addiction problems. Adolescents with chemical dependence have different symptoms than adults due to their age, lack of personality development, dependent family role, immaturity, and age-related behavioral tendencies. Intervention must focus on education, demonstration, cooperation, prevention, intervention, habilitation, treatment, and recovery. 11. Problems of juvenile delinquency. Child moves towards unsocial behavior due to lack of correlation between physical, mental, and social changes. 12. Social problems. Adolescents rebel against social customs and traditions, but friends are important for developing sociability, confidence, and comprehension. 13. Mental characteristics. Stress, anxiety, and tension can lead to mental problems in this stage, as the child becomes more conscious and seeks to become more attractive and beautiful. 14. Problem of aggressive behavior. Children in this age group are aggressive, irritate easily, repulsive, and try to become heroes. Management of adolescent problems. Adolescence is full of stress and tension, but if provided with a healthy environment, it can be overcome. The following are the solutions to these problems. 1. Sympathy and broad feelings of parents. The most important idea is to develop a healthy relationship between the child and parents during the teenage years by finding the right balance between being a friend and a parent. Be their best friend and guide them without being demanding, and approach body image concerns with empathy and love. 2. Sufficient liberty. Adolescents should be given freedom to express their feelings and express themselves, and parents should understand their sentiments. 3. Healthy environment of house and school. Adolescents should be provided with proper facilities and opportunities for growth and development, balanced diet, taught how to behave, and provided a healthy environment. 4. Flow of energy in good direction. Motivating adolescents to participate in physical activities can help them remove negative thoughts and develop moral and ethical values. 5. Education for motor development. Adolescents should be encouraged to play games and sports to develop their motor development. 6. Education of psychology. Teachers and parents should understand the psychology of adolescents to help them manage their problems. 7. Sex-related education. Teachers and parents should provide sex education to adolescents without hesitation, allowing them to move freely and mix up with the opposite sex. 8. Professional guidance. Teachers should provide vocational guidance to adolescents to help them select their vocation. 9. Moral and religious education. Moral and religious education should be provided to adolescents to help them cope with mental and physical problems. 10. Providing good environment. Adolescents should be provided a suitable environment for growth and development, given a balanced diet, and taught how to behave and live. 11. Enough liberty. Adolescents should be given independence and allowed to express their feelings and suggestions, but orders should not be imposed. 12. Social education. Social education is important in adolescence, as it teaches social virtues and how to adjust to society. Proper attention should be paid to the problems of adolescents, so they can contribute to the development of their nation. 13. Sympathy and liberal behavior. Parents should be sympathetic to adolescents' behavior due to physical changes. 14. Friendly behavior. Parents, teachers and adults must be friendly with adolescents to create a better atmosphere for mutual understanding and avoid emotional instability. Team cohesion and sports. Team cohesion is essential for achieving goals, as individuals are attracted to a group because they share a common motivation and value the relationships. According to Karen and others, 1998, cohesion is defined as a dynamic process of the tendency for a group to stick together and remain united to pursue instrumental objectives and satisfaction of member affective needs. According to Bolin and Hall, 1990, cohesion an individual's sense of belonging to a particular group and his or her feelings of morale associated with membership in groups. Team cohesion is a dynamic process that is becoming increasingly important in all activities, particularly in team sports. It refers to the strength of bonds between team members, the unity of a team, positive feeling regarding each other, and their common efforts to achieve a common goal. Types of team cohesion. There are two areas of team cohesion in sport. 1. Task cohesion. Coaches who use technique-oriented teaching methods are likely to develop high task cohesion. 2. Social cohesion. Members of a team are united with a common purpose, spending time together, and sharing interests. In team cohesion, task and social cohesion both plays an important role. These both are required for a team cohesion, but if the social cohesion become more dominant, then focus on achieving the task may deteriorate. Team cohesion will work if they are all focused on achieving the task. Stages of team cohesion. According to Bruce Tuckman, a well-known researcher in group dynamics, there are 4 stages in team development that can be used to assess a team's cohesiveness. These 4 stages. 1. Forming. Team cohesion is the process of getting to know each other through comparisons and social assessments. Team leaders and coaches can help team members during this phase by establishing clear objectives, establishing both group and individual goals for each team member, implementing team-building activities to allow members to get to know one another. 2. Storming. Team cohesion is characterized by conflict due to the process of establishing roles, which can lead to emotional conflict and behaviors issues. If a team is in this phase, it is important to Establish training programs and methods that are followed by all team members so they work together as a team. Resolve conflict as it occurs. Communication is key and it is important for individual team members to feel comfortable expressing themselves. 3. Norming. Team cohesion is the third stage of team cohesion, where conflict is resolved and cooperation is fostered. Once team has reached this stage, it is important to team must have consistent meetings to ensure that every athlete is still working towards the same goal and adjust as needed. Allow team members independence to work towards their goals. Continue to implement team-building activities both inside and outside of the training sessions to keep communication open and active within team players. 4. Performing. Teams who progress to the performing stage have a sense of team cohesion and are willing to take risks to achieve goals. Once teams have reached this stage, it is important to celebrate the team victory and appreciate each other's performance. Make another goal to achieve and continue consistent meetings to ensure everyone is working on the same goal. A coach or a team captain must give some space to athletes to make decisions. They should not try to over-control their team at this stage because it may cause team to go back to lower stages. Factors affecting team cohesion. There are many factors that affect team cohesion, and these are often identified as goals. A group members must have common goal to work on, then only they can work together as a team. Leadership and team. All group need a leader, someone to direct and support the group. An effective leader will know how to communicate with the group effectively. Communication. Communication is an important part of any team to stay cohesive. It is important for all the team members to communicate with each other. They must have a personal communication with each other to maintain a good relationship, otherwise social cohesion might be missing in a team. Loyalty in a team cohesion. It is essential for all the team members to being loyal with each other. They must maintain a good relationship with each other by showing loyalty. Size of the group. Cohesiveness is affected by the size of a group. A group should be large enough to present diversity but small enough to make provision for all the members. Introduction to psychological attributes. Attention, resilience, mental toughness. Attention. Attention is important for performance and is divided into 4 types based on 2 independent dimensions, direction and width. Attention style as per width can be narrow or broad, while attention style as per direction refers to external and internal attention focus. Width refers to athletes' tendency to take in multiple or wide range of information as opposed to focusing very narrowly on one source of information or cue while churning out other cues and information. Athletes with broad attention focus are able to perceive multiple events simultaneously, such as the pace of the ball and the space where they are moving. 2. Narrow attention focus is the ability to focus on a specific task when surrounded by multiple cues. Direction refers to where we tend to focus our attention and varies from internal state of own mental or physical state to external state of what is happening around the athletes. External attention focus directs an athlete to focus on other objects or cues outside of themselves. 2. Internal attention focus focuses inward thoughts without attention to external cues or objects. Resilience. Resilience is a set of skills that can be fostered, developed and trained with practice, and can enhance self-esteem, motivation, and determination. Daily stressors can be opportunities to practice resilience skills, which can lead to improved performance. Types of resilience. 1. Natural resilience. It is a natural ability that is bestowed upon a person at conception. It is characterized by openness to new experiences, an eagerness to learn, and a want to have fun. 2. Adaptive resilience. Adaptive resilience is when, as a result of adverse circumstances, one has to learn, adjust, and adapt. 3. Restored resilience. Restorative or learned resilience is the type of resilience restored by learning skills that aid in coping with life's challenges. This can also aid in dealing with the past, present, and future traumas in a more effective manner. Mental toughness. Mental toughness is a measure of individual resilience and confidence that can predict success in sport, education, and the workplace. There are several important factors required for mental toughness. 1. Ability to thrive through challenge. 2. Sport awareness. 3. Tough attitude. And 4. Desire for success. Attributes of mental toughness. Mental toughness can be developed among athletes and play an important role in competitive sports. There are several characteristics of an individual which can be considered as attributes of mental toughness. Self-confident and self-assured. Able to focus and concentrate. Intrinsically motivated. Positive attitude, no negativism. Resilient in the face of failure or injury. Thrive on pressure and challenge. Consistent personal values. Emotional intelligence. Physically tough and gracious in face of success.